You used me for land development. That wasn't nice.
Hey everyone, for the very last time we're coming to you live. I'm excited to go take a look at all of them. But first, because it's getting a lot of people visiting, we're going to check out the Six Flags or the Flags Emporium and the Looney Tunes Emporium to see what their stock looks like here with 2 hours left to go in the park day. So, unfortunately, Six Flags does not allow phone stabilizers, so this might be a little more shaky than I would normally like. I'm going to try to take my time. Probably won't be in here long because there's really not a lot to look at. It is completely decimated in here. I do really like the pictures they still have on the walls, though. Jen and I were talking, wondering if they were going to sell these to anybody once the store has officially closed. But yeah, the shelves are pretty bare in here. They really cleaned the store out. Let me see over at the Looney Tunes Emporium. See how that one looks. Some stores are already completely cleared of stock and have closed their doors already. These stores are probably about to close their doors for good. This store's a little bit bigger, so they might have a little bit more in stock still. Whew, it's a mess in here, and most of the people in here are in line. It's kind of taking up a lot of the store space. I kind of don't want to be in here too long. But yeah, most of the stuff is gone. A couple of shirts here and there. A few boxes. Don't know how much is still left in those boxes, but yeah. These stores have been picked clean. Not that it's a big surprise. They are doing 85% off of most merchandise today, so people are taking advantage. You don't really see major sales at theme parks, so that's pretty exciting to have the opportunity to get all that stuff for super cheap. They have hoodies for like less than $10. The only problem is they don't have enough coaster-specific merchandise. Kind of wish they had more. Trying to keep the camera as still as I can. Sorry if it's not as smooth as I would like it to be. Going to walk on into the park and take a look, I guess. When you get to the fork at the theater down here, we'll make a left, go by Roar first, take a look at Roar. I believe there used to be a statue on top of this fountain. I think they got rid of the statue, replaced it with a topiary. It's kind of interesting. Yeah, I was happy to see most everything's running, though. A lot of the coasters today are running with only one train, which kind of is making the lines pretty terrible, but the ones that do have two trains running like Roar are really cranking them out. They're doing a great job over on Roar. So everybody tuning in, thanks a lot for watching. Really appreciate it. Since we are live, you can feel free to leave comments. I'll be looking at the comments. I can respond to them if you have anything that you want to say. Oh, park ambulance at the exit to Wild One. Uh-oh. I hope there's nothing serious. I wonder what happened. That's kind of scary. Hopefully it's just a precaution. Never want to hear that there's an ambulance at a ride. Yeah, I agree. I hope whoever it is okay too. So, this is a character meet and greet spot, but they haven't done any character meet and greets today. They've had the That's All Folks sign up here all day. But they did have a bunch of Looney Tunes characters up at the front earlier having photo ops. Oh, coaster stopped while they assist the person. Oh man. Hope everything's okay. That's worrisome that they actually had to entirely stop the coaster to help them. Hope everything's okay. That puts a little bit of a damper on this stream and the final day of the park. Yeah, hopefully it's nothing serious. Whatever it is, though, I'm glad they got the ambulance over there to help them out. Over here at the Steam Heist Theater, they're doing a Halloween show. They have 2 show times for a Halloween show, 3:30 and 5, so we might walk by here at 5 when they're doing the Marvelous Mysteries of Fright Manor. And it's kind of funny to think that the last day of the park is overlaid with Halloween. So they have a bunch of Halloween themed shows and decorations, so we're going to get to see a lot of pumpkins and ghosts. Take a look at Steamtown, which just opened last year. This is only Steamtown's 2nd season of operation. Of course, this area of the park has existed for a while, but this theming is new as of last year, and now it's the end of it. Hate to see that. They put all this time and effort into retheming this area, put a new flat ride in here, and then they're gonna just close it down. They have a sign to let you know which rides are open. 3 of the 4 rides are open. The one that's not, of course, is the Rapids. That's understandable. Rapids aren't open right now. Ooh, person is awake and responsive. Oh, okay. Can you, where you are you able to see the person that they're assisting? Yeah, I'm going to, as serious of an issue as that is, I'm definitely trying to stay away from Wild One right now. I don't want to make it like I want that to be some kind of spectacle or something. I'm just trying to stay far, far away from that while the EMTs do their thing. I'm glad to hear the person's awake and responsive though. That's rough to have that happen. It's really sad to hear that anything bad happened in the first place, but that is some good news that they're responsive. Thanks for keeping us updated on that too, because that's a pretty, it's a pretty scary thing. I'd feel bad for that person's family too if they have any family there with them at the time. So you can see the Steamtown area has a decent crowd, but this is just the people walking around the area. Wait until you see what the crowd looks like actually at Skyliner. It's funny how, you know, everybody has a problem with a coaster until it's about to close, and then all of a sudden.
Thank you, hoodie, bro.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, it's funny how everybody has a problem with a coaster until it's about to close, and then all of a sudden everybody wants to hop on it. Yeah, here's where the Rapids would have been. I never noticed until just today that when you're riding the Roar, if you're sitting on the left-hand side of the train, you can actually see down into where the rapids used to be, and you can see the dinosaurs still over there, even though the rapids has long been drained. Here is the Makoma SLC that everybody used to hate on, but suddenly everybody wants to ride it. Ever since I got these new trains last year, I've defended this thing. I didn't really care much for it either, but it's actually been good for 2 years now. These new trains are fine. Hard to ask for better timing than that. That was fun. But yet again, you can see the red train back there behind the orange train. They are only running one train like most of the coasters here. It's kind of a shame. But I guess it's better than having it shut down entirely. But really what I wanted to look at was the line, which the left-hand side is the flash pass line, the right-hand side is the standby line, and the line is taking up most of the standby, which you really don't see a whole lot for this coaster. Give you an idea of what the weights are like here. Pretty much no coaster that's actually running today, which, of course, if you heard the news a few weeks ago, Batwing shut down for good, so that one is not running today. But aside from that, every coaster that's running has at least a 30-minute wait today. Miss Batwing. I was really hoping it would make it to today. The last remaining Makoma Flying Dutchman, even though it's long been down now. So let's head back.
Freaked me out because I literally, when you said they didn't check us, I literally envisioned myself holding my restraint.
Maybe we'll be just as lucky for the other coasters. They used to have an actual animatronic dinosaur just sitting out here, which I wish they still did. That'd be fun to watch, but they do still have this Triceratops over here behind the sign. Crazy how nice some of the animatronics are on this ride, and they won't even be using them anymore. So if you've ever visited Six Flags America and you have any memories, any recollections that you would like to share, feel free. I would enjoy reading your comments about your experiences at the park. This is kind of bittersweet. As much as I hate to see any park close permanently, I'm glad to have the opportunity to be here to check it out in person on its final day. This restaurant here, Filament Steam Pub, as you saw, they have 3 show times in here. And we're not within the time frame, but they do have a stage set up in here. The Lost Spirits show. Of course, the park closes at 6 today, so there will not be a 6:30 showing. They only have 2 show times today. So in 15 minutes, last show time will go on, and That'll be the actual last permanent showtime of that show. If you're into steampunk, you gotta love the decorations on these buildings. A steampunk scorpion, I mean, come on, that's pretty cool. So were the medics able to help that person? Are they, were they carted away to get help elsewhere, hopefully? Or even more hopefully, they walked away under their own power. But in the meantime, let's head over toward Gotham City. We'll pass by a couple other things before we get to Gotham City. Yeah, so I'll try to get a live look at these crowds. It's about what I was expecting, I would say, for a final day. I'm just wondering how many people here don't actually realize that this is the last day. Probably not many, but there might be some. In a crowd this large, there have to be some that don't know that today's the last day of this park.
Don't touch anything.
Today is also an ACE event, so American Coaster Enthusiast members are here. That's upping the wait times, especially for the coasters. Jen and I are part of that group, so we were riding some of the same rides as the rest of the ACE members and checking out some shows. That magic show that was at the front of the park in that theater was really cool. We stopped to watch that for a minute. Oh man, the flash pass line for Superman is that long, really? Oh, that's a shame. Man, that's supposed to be fast. If the Superman flash pass line is that long, I can only imagine what the standby line's like. They're going to be waiting in that for probably the rest of the night to get one more ride. But here we go, we made it over to the Roar. My first adult coaster, and after riding it again today, I realized why, after riding it the first time, it scared me away from coasters for about a decade. The whole queue in front of the station is full. They do have an extended queue back there, which that part of it isn't being used, so it's not, the line's not terrible, but it's pretty long. Trying to stay away from the sign. I know people want to get pictures of it. I want to try to swing back, see if we can get some good shots of the track. Like I mentioned earlier, this coaster is running 2 trains, so that's been pretty good operations. Everything's been going pretty quickly. There's one train on the left hill right now. I don't know how well that's coming through on the camera, but the left hill is straight in the middle of your screen right now. For the train to swing on by. See it from here, there's not a real good vantage point of the coaster. Just that little tiny bit from here. There is the trick-or-treat trail that we passed earlier had. If you walk down there, it has a really good view of the backside of the coaster. We get to see more of the track, but unfortunately it's closed right now, so we can't get back there. Let me see if I can adjust my grip on the phone, see if it makes it a little less shaky. Bear with me a second, and there we go. I don't know. Hopefully this is making it less shaky. I'm not sure. Might be making it more shaky. But here is the pirate ship. That line is completely full for the pirate ship, which is crazy. Here we are at Firebird, my personal least favorite coaster at this park. I will give it this, it has a lot of history. It was the first ever B&M. So it's an important coaster. Back when it was a stand-up called Iron Wolf at Six Flags Great America. But just because it has history doesn't make it that good of a coaster. Not a fan. No, I do like the color scheme. No. Just waiting for a train to head on up.
So she do. She accepted it.
Because that is one nice thing about this coaster. They do crank those trains out. Empty train. I guess it was down for a minute. Let me see, I didn't see if the fire was going on this. I rode this yesterday, not today, so the fire was going yesterday. I'm not sure if it's going today or not. And now I have to wait for another train to go. I don't know how long that's going to be. As much as I want to see if the fire's going, I don't want to stand here for too long. Especially with there being so much else to look at. I hope the wait in the Superman the Flash Pass line. I hope the wait for the Superman Flash Pass line is going a little bit better than you had hoped. Okay, so they're already sending another train, so that's a good sign. Let's see when it gets by here. Let's see if the fire goes off. I think that was where it was supposed to go off, if I remember correctly, so I don't think it's working today. Yeah. Ah, that's a shame. Man, I was really hoping to catch it today. Well, here's a better look at the Roar line, taking up the whole zigzag going up into the station, but really not that bad when you consider there's an extended queue that's not even being used. There are barely fewer people waiting for the pirate ship right now. Right out in front of Firebird, a couple of times a day they have the Half Dead High show, which they've already had both their shows for the day. It was 12:45 and 2:15. So we've already missed that show. It was basically just dancing to pop music right here in this open area. They did have a skeleton DJ sitting up there as well. But here's the wait for Firebird. This, I think, is the flash pass line for Firebird on the stairs here. So the standby line is around the side here. Whole bunch of people waiting in line for concussion. Unplanned, unexpected. There were no signs out showing that that was going to happen. Oh, actually, let me continue this way real quick. Firebird, the entrance here. Let's see what the standby line looks like. If the flash pass line was as bad as it was, I'm curious what the standby line looks like. They've got to be making hand over fist money and flash passes today. That's back here, kind of tucked away. I can't really see it that well from here. But it's not out here, so that's a pretty good sign. But I'm assuming it's still pretty bad. Oh, thank you. Oh, nice shirt. A lot of fans of the Beast here today, I see. Wanted to take a step down here to Clown Town, not to be confused with Busch Gardens' version of Clown Town. This one is a little more family friendly. It's not a haunt per se. Yeah, I think I can hold the camera more steady this way. It was really shaking the other way. I thought the other way might be a little bit better, but no. I really miss having a phone stabilizer. But the good news is, I did get a brand new phone stabilizer, so next time I go to a park that allows phone stabilizers, which will be Busch Gardens, I'll be able to have a much steadier hand filming things. But yeah, this is Clown Town, even though it's not actually open right now, but a lot of these old-timey clown trash cans. Little play area that's not assembled. Even though this isn't like a actual haunted area, because all these trash cans are so beat up, it almost looks like it's meant to be a haunted area. They also have Circus Street, which was a show that had it has two showtimes. One has already gone down, the 3:30 showtime. They also have a 5:30 showtime over here. Maybe we'll happen to pass by around 5:30 to see it in action. Bunch of performers on that stage. Yeah, since this park didn't do a Fright Fest this year, they are sticking with the family-friendly Kids Boo Fest. So that's the entertainment and decorations you're seeing are all themed to the Kids Boo Fest family-friendly event. And the Capital Railway train just got back into the station. Hope 2 Bounce Goose isn't still waiting in line for Superman after buying a Flash Pass. Yeah, this train is actually really scenic. We posted a short yesterday of just some highlights from the train. There's a lot to look at on there, and that was mostly just the left-hand side. I didn't really get a lot of footage of what's on the right-hand side of the train. So, I want to say again, thanks a lot for tuning in. If you have any comments or questions, feel free to leave them in the chat. I'm reading the chat so I can respond live since we're live right now. Also, if you have been to Six Flags America in the past and have any memories of the park that you'd like to share, feel free to share them. I'd like to read anything that you have to say about the park. But now, we made a lap, we're back by Firebird. We're going to head on into Gotham City. They used to have Batwing. They still have Superman Ride of Steel, Harley Quinn Spin Sanity, Joker Shinx. Blizzard River's closed down now. They still have the Lasso of Truth. Riddle Me This hasn't been running, so that doesn't count either, but they still have plenty of rides back here. Because there's so many attractions back here, that's probably where the bulk of the line is. A lot of people wanting to ride Superman in particular, as we know now. A lot of people who bought the Flash Pass wanted to ride Superman. It's hard to miss Superman standing above everything in the distance. Harley Quinn Spin Sanity in action. Completely full car on that. A lot of people queued up to ride that. Probably more people queued up to ride that than there were to ride the Roar. Whether you're a fan of DC Comics or not, you have to admit Six Flags always themes their DC areas really well. The fact that they cared enough about this little park, this little Six Flags, to put in a Gotham City was really cool. This right here, Gotham City Gifts, this is one of those gift shops that I mentioned is already completely sold out. They had it open yesterday and it's now closed because they sold out of everything. They had this Harley Quinn statue inside the shop. They moved it on the outside so people could appreciate it. Yeah, I've never seen it outside the store, but I guess they figure if it's going to be closed, they put the statue outside. Let's see, we got everything's kind of close together. Got the Joker's Jinx here, which, man, I've never seen Joker's Jinx's outside switchback queue being used before. Also one of the greatest coaster signs in all of theme park history. Yeah, all the wait times are very high. I can imagine just looking at these lines, seeing a full queue for Spin Sanity using the outside switchback for Joker's Jinx. Yeah, I'm not surprised all the wait times are high. There's so many people here. Thankfully, it's kind of easy to walk around though because most of the people that are here are in line for something or other. Anybody watching, do you have a favorite coaster sign? I'm just curious. This has to be one of mine. I'm wondering what they're going to do with it once the park is closed. Oh, by the way, did you make it off of Superman, or are you still in line waiting in the Flash Pass line? Yeah, so this is the Riddle Me This. Now that I'm looking at it, it looks like they actually took the sign down that says Riddle Me This. I don't remember exactly where the sign was, but they definitely have a sign somewhere in this general area with the Riddler on it that is no longer here. Walked by this at least 4 times in the last couple of days and never noticed that the sign's gone. over here is the Penguins Blizzard River, which is a water ride outside of Hurricane Harbor. You'd go up that lift hill and down a little water slide on an inner tube. So, of course, because it's a water ride, it's already closed. Way too cold for that right now. So technically this ride no longer exists. Rode this probably a couple of years after it opened, and then never rode it again, which is kind of a shame. I kind of regret that. A lot of the time we visited the park, we visited when it was too cold to ride it anyway, so that's part of why we never rode it again. Yeah, Penguins Blizzard River, that's another pretty cool sign, even though some of the ice has come off of the Z. But otherwise, that sign's pretty cool. Penguin going down the river on his umbrella. Really like these signs they have in various places around the park giving the timeline. 50 years of family fun, giving the timeline of this park starting as the Wildlife Preserve from 1974 to 78. That's great how they have this open area on the walkway by the spaghetti bowl so you can get just the perfect view of the coaster going by if you're here at the right time. Though unfortunately another coaster where they're only running one train, so it's a little bit slow. But I always call that the better Flight of Fear because it doesn't have the mid-course brake run that ruins the ride. But anyway, yeah, Wonder Woman Lasso of Truth, which I've never actually ridden any of these style of rides. I'll get on any kind of, could have ridden a few Wind Seekers. I still don't want to ride these. The swings are too loose. At least the Wind Seeker's a little more sturdy. I know it's perfectly safe, but I don't know, just something about it makes me uncomfortable. But I do like how it looks. The signage, the Wonder Woman statue, the big Wonder Woman logo on the ground. They did a nice theming job to this area when they put this ride in. Now most people's favorite ride at the park. You know, I'm not sure exactly what happened at Wild One. There was apparently an ambulance, according to Two Bounds Goose. There was apparently an ambulance over there at the exit. They said that the person was responsive, so I'm assuming everything was all good, but you know, I'm not entirely sure exactly what happened to somebody over there. Thankfully, it sounds like everything was fine, though, in the end. It's just scary to see an ambulance show up at a coaster. I'm assuming it was nothing actually involving the ride on the coaster, so that's good to hear. Whew. Boy, this line for Ride of Steel. This is, I guess, what everybody came to ride. Yeah, if it was a long line for the Flash Pass line, I'm not too surprised that it's this packed. Oh man, that's crazy. The whole queue is coming outside the queue now, going all the way back there. Maybe we'll catch a train going up the hill. I don't know, they're only running one train, so it might take a minute. Oh, the lights just came on. Ah, here we go. Yet again, we're just in time. Been having some good luck today. There we go. Yeah, so I guess I won't ever get another ride on that coaster. I'm glad there's a mirror image of it out there that we can still ride. Oh, hey, how about that? Right up here on the train track as the train's coming by. Yeah, so of course, as you can probably tell, you can get a really great view of Superman from the train if you're riding on it. There we go.
Yeah.
So, trying to stay out of everybody's way, and it just crossed over the railroad tracks after the train passed. Then after that, I'll move along. But yeah, thanks for explaining the Wild One situation. Appreciate that, because I wasn't entirely sure myself. There goes Joker's Jinx again through the spaghetti bowl. So you're in line for Wild One again? Is that your second time riding it with the Flash Pass? Oh wow. The coaster, Superman did exit into Daily Planet Giz. It looks like Daily Planet Giz is closed now, so I'm not sure where people are getting off of Superman Ride of Steel now. That's interesting. But yeah, down this way would be where you would have ridden Batwing. They put the sign out in front. Batwing soaring since 2001. This ride has taken its final flight. I'm glad they put that sign out there, but it kind of makes me sad a little bit to see that. I was planning on actually going through Daily Planet Gifts to get a better view of Superman and also Batwing, but now I guess that's not happening. I can't believe they closed it while the coaster's still running. Man, the shelves are completely bare in there. But you can kind of see the yellow track back behind Superman was Batwing. I was hoping to get a better look at that, but I guess that's not going to happen now. That figures. Some bad timing on my part. So yeah, basically it seems like only the couple of gift shops at the front of the park still have any merchandise left, and even they hardly have anything. But I guess that's good. That's less for Six Flags to have to ship off to Great Adventure or wherever they're planning on sending it. Yeah, just about an hour. Yeah, kind of crazy. Last hour that we'll be seeing these views. I'm hoping we'll be able to see some of these coasters elsewhere. Really hoping somebody buys Wild One at the very least. I don't have high hopes for it, but I did sign a petition earlier today. Jen and I both signed petitions earlier today to try to save it. Don't really expect it to do anything. I'm pretty sure we're about to see the end of that coaster, but there's always a chance. Yeah, I've been listening to all kinds of speculation about what's going to happen with the coasters. People saying the trains for the SLC will go to another park's SLC, and Raging Cajun might get sent to another Six Flags park. So we'll see what happens with those. The rest of them, who knows? Can't say I would miss Firebird if it went away for good. So WIP, have you ever visited this park before? And if you have been to Six Flags America before, have you ridden all the coasters here and other rides? See, a few more people have joined. I appreciate everybody for watching this. Wanted to mention real quick, the picture I know is a little bit shaky. I've been told that I'm not allowed to have any kind of stabilizer in the park. Six Flag rules, unfortunately. I would love to have a less shaky picture, but I have to obey Six Flags' rules or they'll kick me out. Okay, so you have been to Six Flags America before. Okay, so do you have a favorite coaster here? So you're with a lot of the other people that are standing in probably a 2-hour line to ride Superman. That is a really fun ride. Maybe they'll move that one also. Trying to think what kind of park would need that. Which other Six Flags park needs a hyper coaster? Because that would be a very popular coaster at any of the smaller Six Flags parks, so hopefully that will get a relocation. Thanks for commenting, by the way. I appreciate it. Do you have any good memories of the park you wanted to share? And I'm assuming when you were here, the lines were probably a lot shorter than they are today. Yeah, King's Dominion would be a pretty good place. They do have Pantherian, but they don't have a really good Giga coaster there. I mean, sorry, a really good Hyper coaster there, so that would be a nice spot for that at King's Dominion. I really love crossing under Wild One to go into the Mardi Gras area, and also to leave Gotham City and go into the main part of the park. You got real lucky coming to the park while the lines were shorter, getting a chance to ride Superman, not have to wait in a line like that. And I was wondering what kind of crowds we were going to see today, and it turns out that they are pretty high, mainly thanks to Ace being here. Let's just wait for the Wild One train to come back, and then I'll head on into the Mardi Gras area. Such a fun view to get into, walk right under that. Pathway going into Mardi Gras is a little bit narrow, so I wanted to wait for a couple of people to pass by, and then I'll head on over there. Seen a lot of good coaster and theme park shirts here today, shirts and hoodies. There's the train again. Train's about to take off. The actual station's right over here on the opposite side of this fountain. I think this plot of land right here, if I remember correctly, was the Bourbon Street Fireball. The Larson Loop. Could be wrong about that. It's been, whatever was here has been gone a minute, so I don't remember for sure if this was the Larson Loop or not. So, yeah, got a little bit of a narrow walkway here to get back into Mardi Gras. So we're officially into the last hour of the existence of this park. It's kind of a shame. Well, it's very much a shame, not even kind of a shame. And I have to admit, I am part of the problem of why this park is closing down. Here comes Dimitri from Dimitri's Adventures. There's been a few other vloggers here that I recognize, which isn't too big a surprise. Oh no, with one train, I figured they would want to clear out the Flash Pass line for Wild One, so they would let you on there. I can't believe you're still stuck in that Flash Pass line. Those Flash Passes are too expensive to just leave you hanging forever. At least the park was smart. They knew the line for Wild One would get crazy. They actually put out an extended queue here with these yellow switchbacks. With these blue switchbacks out here. I don't know where yellow came from. But anyway, yeah, they have these blue switchbacks to extend the queue. The whole thing is full. Really gonna hate to lose this one. Kind of wish they had two trains running today. Not sure what's wrong with the blue train. They've only been running the red train. They were only running the red train yesterday also. Yeah, it's kind of nuts not running the blue train. There must be something wrong with it. Yeah, I think Firebird, I believe Firebird was only running one train also. I'm trying to think what else was. Pretty much everything except for Roar is only, well, Roar and of course Raging Cajun are only running one train today. Don't know how Roar got to be the lucky one to get to run two trains. But yeah, Blue Train just sitting there all day, all yesterday. Oh, Knoble's buying a wild one. That'd be perfect. They already have two great Woodies, having a third one there. And this coaster definitely lives up to the hype. This would be a nice one for Knobles. They have a decent amount of room too, so they could squeeze this in here. That's surprisingly long. Surprisingly long, but they have surprisingly a lot of room at Knoble, so yeah, that would be awesome to see Wild One there. Yeah, Phoenix and Wild One together, that would be amazing. No, honestly, I think I'm in the minority, but I'm partial to Twister over Phoenix, but I do love Phoenix, though. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with Phoenix, but Twister's my favorite there. But all three of them, that's like the wooden coaster trifecta. That would rival Holiday World if they added Wild One at Knobles. Let's see if we can hopefully see them actually send a train. Only running one train and then taking forever to send that one train. Oh, okay. That was already a train on the track, no wonder. Gonna miss this view. Glad to get one last look at this coaster. Please like Knobles or some other park buy this thing. And then, surprisingly, there's still people in line to ride the go-karts. I figured no one would care about the go-karts this late in the day on the final day, but no, it's still got a line. Oh, I see how bad the Flash Pass line is. I forgot this was the Flash Pass line right here. It's all the way filled. The Flash Pass line should never get filled on any coaster. Yeah, I agree, Knobles. I hope they do buy this. But if they did buy it, I can only imagine how long it would take them to actually construct it on their property. It already has taken them forever to put that Bayern curve in. Though I'm sure there's some kind of difficulty they're having that I don't know about with the Bayern curve. Yeah, I think we're all in agreement. We really want to see Wild One get saved. We can't lose a coaster that's, what is it, 108 years old now? I'm glad to be able to see it though, one more time. Even though it's not as tall as Superman, it's kind of hard to miss it in the park. It's such a long ride. So thanks everybody for tuning in and also for commenting. I appreciate it a lot. See if we can get a good view of Wild One going up the hill here. And if you see back there, they've turned the lights on Harley Quinn and Wonder Woman. So at least the park is closing late enough that we get to see the lights one last time. The Wild One ops are so slow. I'm assuming Knoebels would run it better than Six Flags America would. I'm not one to knock Six Flags America. I love this park, but they do have some slow ops on some of their coasters. Here we go. I love the helix at the end of this coaster too. That's something that more out and back coasters needed when they were making all those wooden out and backs. You know, I'm not sure if Rodeo is still in storage or not. Yeah, I remember when they took that out, the first time that Jen and I came to this park together, Rodeo was one of the first rides that we rode. And then they took it out, and I don't know what's become of it since. And unfortunately, this channel isn't big enough for me to have any kind of good contacts to be able to ask and find out. I would like to know the same thing though. Where is Rodeo? Is it still in their storage? Thanks for asking that though. That's a good question. It's making me think now. I could probably sit and watch Wild One all day, but can't get the best angles really unless I'm just walking constantly because it's such a long track. I don't want to just get the same shot of Wild One consistently over and over again. Some of the Halloween decorations they have of this inflatable black cat. Most of their inflatables around the park are deflated, so I'm kind of surprised to see this one inflated. I'm wondering if it's on a timer when it gets dark they inflate themselves maybe. Well, no, I guess not. It was funny that our last view of this park is going to be with Halloween decorations up. I love the Mardi Gras theming over here. Someone climbed Batwing? I didn't hear that. I don't know how they got back there. Well, I guess it is just a little gate. I guess it would be pretty easy to get past that gate to get back there. People have done some crazy things at theme parks recently, so yeah, I wouldn't put it past them, but I did not hear about that. Someone climbing Batwing. They're just trying to get themselves hurt. Let me guess, were they filming for a social media channel or something? Trying to get some TikTok views or something? Or were they just doing it to be ridiculous? Gator McGee's is officially closed. Never did eat there. Looks like they have some good Cajun food though. Actually, if the Flash Pass line for Raging Cajun isn't too long, I think I'm gonna walk back there because you get much better views of this coaster from the Flash Pass line. Spinning Wild Mouse coasters are underrated. And then most people hated Primeval Whirl at Animal Kingdom. I loved that coaster. I wish it was still there. But of course that whole area is going away now, so they would have gotten rid of Primeval Whirl now, regardless. Oh, look who I found. It's Jen. Hey Jen. Did you just get off a wild one? You gonna go ride something else now? I hope I'm gonna go ride Raging Cajun. Not Raging Cajun, okay. Well, hey, go ride something. I'll run into you again in a little while. And off she goes. Whenever people wave to the camera, I hope they're doing it because they legitimately want to be on camera and not because they're embarrassed to be on camera. I feel bad. I try the best I can to avoid getting people on camera, but when the park's this crowded, it's unavoidable sometimes. Yeah, I know what you mean. I admit I'm part of that problem. This is actually my home park, and we could have come here a lot more. We opted to go to other places. We spend more time at Busch Gardens than any other park. So we should have come here more, but we did come here at the beginning of the season to do a full park tour. We've been here a couple of other times, but yeah, I'm part of that problem. I will miss this park, and I do regret not coming here as much as I should have. Oh yeah, well, thanks, but I do admit that I am part of the problem though, because we filmed I think one other video and maybe like a short or two here. We definitely didn't come here enough to give the park the love it deserves, and now we're here and doing the same thing. I'm not saying that you're calling us out specifically, but yeah, we definitely should have come here more. That's part of the reason this park's shutting down, is because people like us not coming here as much as we should have. I fully acknowledge that. But yeah, I'm glad to have the opportunity to check it out one more time before it closes down. I'm gonna miss this sign too. It's a real Cajun Gator wrestling sign over here. Fun for the whole family. Most return safely. That sign was so funny.
I'm still fucking dizzy. Hurt my back, but I'm dizzy.
This little spinning mouse coaster has more theming than Pantheon at Busch Gardens. Then a nice big ad for the bar. Nice little bar. I'm making sure to keep the bars open all night, even though all the gift shops are shutting down. Yeah, I don't know. I missed the news that somebody did climb Batwing, but it wouldn't surprise me seeing all the other stuff people have tried to climb that they shouldn't be climbing. I don't know. That other person might be correct, but I find that hard to believe. I think it's just because it's a one-of-a-kind coaster that they're not making parts for anymore, and the parts probably just went up, and there's no warranty on it. I'm assuming that's why they closed it. And it's very possible that that person's right and somebody did climb it, but I find that unlikely. I really like this little Halloween joke book they put out here, The Big Purple Parade. And why did the skeleton climb up the tree? Because a dog was after his bones. And the jokes don't get any better beyond there, they just get worse. Another shot of Wild One since it's going up the lift hill again. We just happen to be here. Batwing closed about a month, maybe a month and a half ago. Yeah, I was really hoping it would hold out. With it being the last of its kind, I was hoping it would be able to hold out until today, but no. No, it didn't make it. Closed. That's really a shame. I wanted one more ride on that. Never got it. When we filmed our video earlier in the season, we opted not to ride it because the line was too long, and then a couple months later, without us coming back again, we got the news that it was closing for good, and I was like, oh man, that figures.
Take a 30, please.
And they put a really nice sign out in front of the... You've been here before, you know how long of a walk it is to get to Batwing once you pass by Superman. In front of that long walkway, they won't even let you go down that walkway. They have a sign out there that says, you know, been open since 2001, thanks for the memories, it's taken its final flight, that sort of thing. If you go back in the stream, you can see the sign. I took a look at it real quick. Yeah, most of the gift shops are completely closed. The Daily Planet gift shop right by Superman is completely empty. Pretty much all the ones in the back of the park are all completely closed for good. The ones in the front, the Flags Emporium and the Looney Tunes Emporium, are both still open, but the shelves are pretty much bare. All the merchandise is 85% off, so people were snatching it up like crazy. Kind of on the fence about walking through Looney Tunes Movie Town. You know, there's obviously going to be a lot of kids in there. I want to avoid getting kids specifically on camera as much as possible. I would like to get one last look at that, but I don't want to upset any parents, so I think I'm just going to stay out here, get a good look at the sign. The sign's really cool. Gonna miss this sign. Now, all the times I've looked at this sign, I never noticed. Looks like Taz spun his way into this wall down here. Notice the Tweety, notice the Sylvester, missed this little Taz tearing up the film strip. That's really funny.
I guess.
Nice little carousel here that we've never ridden. Or a classic car ride. I always wanted to get on here and just film the whole experience, but they say no cameras allowed, so I wasn't able to ever do that. Guess I should be thankful they allow cell phones in here so I can record this right here. Yeah, you're welcome. That's no problem. I enjoy being able to live stream, yeah. I know it stinks, but after this park closes, I guess Hershey Park becomes my new home park. But Hershey Park's always so crowded. We don't really go there as much. We probably go there about as much as we come here. Yeah, I'll miss this park. It has a lot of highlights. I just wish so many other people hadn't given it so much bad publicity, kept people away from it. And thanks for tuning into the stream. I really appreciate you and everybody else here. I also really appreciate you commenting. It's been nice to have the opportunity to talk to people about the parks. You know, outside of the channel, I am a really big introvert, but if I get started talking about theme parks, I can go on and on. I actually made it around the whole park in an hour and 20 minutes. Really surprised about that. Since you asked about the gift shops, I can run back down to the park entrance and take a look, see if they've officially closed them yet. They had a few things left. Those shelves were really torn apart when I was here right at the start of the stream. Now another hour and a half later, they have to be almost bare. I'm surprised they have this fountain running at the front of the park here. Yeah, it's nice to see this running. That little fountain going into Mardi Gras not running. I figured this one wouldn't be running either, but now they still have this one going. At the start of the day, I ran into a couple of other vloggers that I recognized. I didn't really get to say hi to them. I wanted to say hi, but they were, you know, filming and stuff, so I didn't want to bother them. And I haven't seen them since, so I never got to say hi. Oh well, it happens. Let's see. The Flags Emporium over there was really bare earlier, so let's go in the Looney Tunes Emporium first, see how close it is to empty. Got a bunch of candy up front. Basically, it's a bunch of little knickknacks. There's a couple of shirts here and there, but mainly some knickknacks and drinks and stuff. Nothing really left. Big piles of shirts. Nothing organized. Nothing on. No clothing on shelves, or there's very little clothing on shelves. Boxes of hangers. Capes. Of course, Six Flags has to have an abundance of capes. But those, if they don't sell them, they can just send them up to Great Adventure. Yeah, it's mostly just capes in here now. Capes and candy. If you think this is bad, you should see the Flags Emporium. Head across the street and look at that. That's even worse. People decimated the store. I'll see if I can even get out of here now. Searching for a way out.
I'm coming, twin.
Try not to run into people. Sorry if I have some bad camera angles as I'm trying to not run into people. Frankly, I'm kind of surprised there's anything left in here. I figured they would have shut these doors already. Yeah, I really want them to sell these pictures up here. I don't have any room in my house for one of them, but I would still love to have it, even though I have no room for it. Wonder how much they would charge. Yeah, just empty walls, semi-empty boxes, just some sunglasses. Yes, nothing in here. A couple of things on hooks over there, that's about it. Yeah, the most interesting thing left in this store are those pictures on the wall. and the Six Flags America logo mats. Yeah, I'm sure they would appreciate me taking that Foghorn Leghorn. Take the Foghorn Leghorn and the Superman. Oh, hey, the drummers that were over near Firebird are over here now. Show going on. They also didn't announce it would be in 2 different locations. I guess Six Flags America really doesn't have a lot of merchandise that says Six Flags America on it. That's kind of disappointing. They also don't have a lot of coaster-specific merchandise. Jen and I happened to pick up a Wild One shirt and a Roar shirt, like back in the day. This was a couple of years ago. We thought we were lucky to find that. Other than that, we barely see anything that says Six Flags America on it. They just want to have a general Six Flags logo on all their merchandise so they can move it to another store, which now that this park is closing for good, I kind of don't blame them. They had some good foresight to do that, but that's kind of a shame to not see more merchandise with the actual Six Flags America name on it. Did you still get other general Six Flags merchandise, or did you just say, forget it, they don't have anything I want, and just not get anything? They did also used to have a good selection of Firebird merchandise randomly, but of course that's all gone now. The whole Firebird gift shop is closed. Seemed like Firebird was the only one that had a large amount of good merchandise. I guess their DC licensing doesn't allow them to make coaster-themed shirts with the DC characters on it. I'm assuming, since none of the Six Flags really do that. Guess we'll go around and spend some time around Wild One, get some evening looks at Wild One until the park closes. can't believe it's already dusk on the last day of this park. Try my best to keep a steady hand as I freehand this phone, making my way back all the way around the Wild One. Not the Wild One's that far away. Really, when you do a lap around the park, you realize it's not that big. It seems kind of big looking at the map, but then you walk around it, it's like, it's not that bad. The worst part was walking back to Batwing, and now I can't even do that anymore. Is this show still going on in this theater? I started at 5. I figured it would have been over by now, but it might still be going. Let me see if I can catch a little bit of this real quick. Or are they doing meet and greets with the cast because they're not going to be doing the show anymore? Yeah, there's a lot of people just gathered around down there. I'm assuming they're letting people meet the cast. That's not enough light down there. I'm gonna move along. Wait, I'm going towards Steamtown. I don't want to go towards Steamtown right now. So, since the stream started, I've done a lap around the park. So if you rewind the stream, you can see taking a look at all the coasters, most of the flat rides, just taking a look at the general crowd that's been here, see what the lines were like for the coasters. But if you're talking about what have we done, you know, this weekend, we were actually here yesterday as well. I wasn't recording anything yesterday. We just came here to ride stuff, and we pretty much rode everything. Did not ride Raging Cajun. Even yesterday the line was too long for Raging Cajun. Also didn't ride the Skywinder. That one was down most of yesterday. When we were about ready to leave, it came back up, but we didn't feel like waiting in line since we were already ready to leave. So those two we never got to ride. I think Jen may or may not have ridden by herself on Raging Cajun, but I didn't get a last ride on Raging Cajun. That's okay. Rode Roar a couple of times. Rode Superman once. Even rode Firebird once, even though I hate that coaster. Got a couple of rides on Wild One. A couple of rides on Joker's Jinx. The light faded fast. It's kind of hard to get a good look at the coasters now. By the time I get around to Wild One, it'll basically just be a silhouette. Wow, that is crazy. I can't believe Superman's still that long. Man. So I guess people are getting one last ride on Superman, and then they won't be able to get back in line because the park will be closed by the time they arrive. Yeah, it's always sad to see a park closed down. hey, I missed a bunch of comments coming in. Sorry, the scroll went by kind of fast, but yes, Superman is a hyper coaster. It doesn't have a hydraulic launch on it. I think you might be thinking of Joker's Jinx, which is right next to Superman, but yeah, Superman itself is a hyper coaster by Intamin. Thanks everybody for commenting. Sorry if I missed your comment. All of a sudden a whole bunch of comments came in all at once and I think I missed a few of them. If you had a question and it happened to scroll by and I didn't see it, please feel free to ask it again. I'm keeping an eye out. I'll also keep an eye on the queue for Firebird while looking at the chat. Oh, Alex, you talking about Superman being too big to relocate? Yeah, Superman is kind of big, and it does have some weird elements to it, like that long stretch of straight track. But I don't know, there's got to be some park out there that is willing to take a chance and buy a coaster that size. That's too good of a coaster and be too popular. Like a smaller Six Flags park, if they could find the space for it, that'd be perfect for that coaster. Oh, the Firebird sign at night. Something I don't get to see too much. Usually not here late enough to see the Firebird sign lit up. So we always come in and rope drop at all the parks, and by the time it gets dark, we're tired. So we almost never get night rides on anything. I never get to really see the park at night, unless it's a Halloween event. Or a Christmas event, which are coming up shortly. Let's see, I guess it'll be quicker to cut through Mardi Gras to get to Wild One than it will be to cut through Gotham. You know what? No, I changed my mind. Let me go through Gotham because then we can get under the track and maybe get some cool shots of the train coming by. Assuming it's not too dark. At least there's a little bit of light over here. I wish there was more, but... Haven't seen a Wild One train go by in a minute. That's a little worrisome. Here's some clicking of a lift chain. Let's see if we can see anything. Alright, please be late enough to be able to see this train going up here. I don't want to be rude and turn my flashlight on, but even if I did turn my flashlight on, I don't think that would be enough illumination to see the train anyway. Here it goes. Okay, it is going up the lift hill right now. Took a minute to get started, which means the line only got worse. If you happen to be watching this in replay, you may want to lighten your screen for this part. There we go, that's what I was hoping to see by coming this way. Alright, let's go down the little pathway into Mardi Gras. Excuse me. Hopefully at 6 I'll be able to find Jen, because I don't know where she is at the moment. Yeah, this is the fountain I mentioned earlier. The one at the front of the park's still running. It's a shame that they won't have this one running. The water is all kind of gross and stagnant in there. Kind of wish if they're not going to have it running, they would drain it. Unless this is rainwater, which I don't think it is. And thanks again to everybody who's spending their Sunday evening watching this. I appreciate it. It's really cool of you to take the time to tune into this. Anybody else have visited Six Flags America before? You have any memories you want to share? Be interested to hear your memories of the park if you've ever been before. Yeah, line's just as bad as ever. Actually, line might be worse than ever. Wild One probably hasn't seen a line like this in 30 years. Before it was at this park, probably. This queue is nuts. I know I said that last time I was over by Wild One, but man, it's only gotten worse. Which way to go? Which way to go? Let's go this way. Just for fun. Maybe a bad idea. It's kind of narrow this way. Just going this way because I didn't go this way the last time I was over here by all the claw machines. I love the smell of go-kart exhaust while watching a coaster. I haven't heard that they're going to be doing anything for closing. Like at closing, I haven't heard if they're going to be doing anything special, but if they are doing anything special, it's probably at the front of the park, so I might end up missing it. Probably won't make it back there in time. Yeah, Steeler Wayne, I'm sad to see the park closed down also. It's really a shame. I was saying earlier, we're part of that problem. We could have come here. We don't live that far from this park. It wouldn't have been too hard to get here. And unfortunately, we didn't come here as much as we should have. Always prioritizing bush gardens. But this is a nice park too. We'll see more go-kart laps standing here than we'll see of the coaster. Alright, ride attendants giving the thumbs up, coaster's about to go. And now that I'm standing here, I'm starting to think this is a bad place to stand. It's nice to see the end of the ride as they come along this lit tunnel, but not really going to be able to see much else from this angle. Might want to go back to Gotham and take a look again. I'll see how it looks when the coaster hits this helix right here. If the picture isn't great, I'm going to go back to Gotham. Finally, the flash pass line is moving a little bit over there on the left-hand side, like right above the Big Easy Speedway sign. That line's finally moving a little bit. Well, at least I think they sent the Wild One train. They gave the thumbs up. Can't really hear the coaster going over the sound of the go-karts. Oh, here it is. Coming around that helix, you couldn't really see anything. I think I'm better off going back to Gotham and taking a look where the lighting's at least a little bit better. But really, the whole track is poorly lit, so you probably won't see a whole lot regardless of where I stand. Wish they would inflate their Halloween decorations so we could see what they look like one time for those of us who haven't been here at all during the Halloween season. Well, this little courtyard right here is a great view of the lift hill for Wild One. Assuming they don't take the last 10-12 minutes of the park's day to send another train, you might be able to catch a train going up the hill. Music's a little bit loud over here. Let me plus backing up will probably give you a better angle anyway. So let me back up just a bit. Man, this day's going by fast. I can't believe it's almost 6 o'clock. For anybody tuning in, thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it. We're trying to wait for Wild One to go up the lift hill. Hopefully it's late enough to be able to actually see it happen. If you want to see other parts of the park, I have gone around and done a lap around the park, so if you feel like rewinding the live stream, feel free to do so. You can check out other things a little bit later out so you'll be able to see them a little bit better. Just excited to get some last looks at a 108-year-old coaster while we still can. Though even though the park is scheduled to close at 6, I have a feeling it's going to be open till probably like 7:30 just to get all these people through the line. I really don't like the idea of just standing here and holding you all here. Okay, good, the train's going, thank goodness, because I really didn't like just standing here looking at a piece of wood. So we've gotten a few looks at Wild One on the track. I guess it's probably a good idea to, since we're close to Gotham anyway, go over, take a couple more looks at Superman, and then close out the night over in Gotham as the park closes, or at least as the ride lines close and nobody else can get in line. Like I said earlier, it's probably going to be open till about 7:30 to let everybody who's already in line a chance to ride the coaster. The people who are smart enough to get in line early so that they could ride after 6. Bunch of people about to have bragging rights to say they were the last people to ever ride certain coasters. Heading back into Gotham. See if we can get another look at Joker's Jinx too, since we'll be going right by the Spaghetti Bowl. For anybody new tuning in, have you ever visited Six Flags America? And if so, do you have any good memories you want to share? Be interested to read some of your good memories. So probably 3/4 of the park is either here in Gotham or back by Wild One. I'm guessing most of the rest of the park is pretty empty.
Hello?
The hill for Superman is right in front of me, but I think because of the lighting from the games, you probably can't see anything. But we'll see it when we get a little bit closer. Man, long line for funnel cakes. A lot of people like to end their theme park days with funnel cakes. Can't really blame them.
Hello?
Joker's Jinx still has a pretty decent line. Nothing compared to what Superman was earlier, but still not bad. Still pretty good long line. Oh, another security standing there. I wonder if they're not letting anybody else towards Superman. No, they have to. The park's not closed yet. Yeah, people are going by. Okay, good. Get a good look at the Wonder Woman Lasso of Truth ride as well. Now I can ride all kinds of coasters, but It freaks me out to think about riding something like that. Maybe one day I'll get on one of these, but today is not that day.
I showed up here and I saw
I'm also guessing Jen's probably over here too, so it'll be nice to run into her at the end of the day. I want to mention again, if you're just tuning in and I'm doing all this walking, I know the picture isn't as stable as I would like. Six Flags policy, they don't allow phone stabilizers. I have a stabilizer. I like to keep the picture stable, but Six Flags policy, I can't bring it with me, so unfortunately I'm having to freehand this. I'm trying to keep it as steady as I can, but I know it's not the greatest, and I apologize for that, but that's beyond my control. Park rules.
I've never been on it.
Joker's open.
Spaghetti bowl for Joker's Jinx lit up at night. Maybe we'll see another train go in a minute. They were really doing a good job getting Joker's Jinx trains going earlier. Seems like all the ops have really slowed down later at night, which is when you don't want them to be slowing down.
So if you want perfect video of the tunnel, train coming through, you stand right here.
Have not seen one Superman train go the whole time I've been walking over here. They definitely haven't shut it down. Now they would have kicked people out of the line, so hopefully we'll see something happen shortly.
How long? They should be in the front end. I'm probably like 30, 40 minutes, and I'm not sure. Excuse me, guys. It's past 6 o'clock. We can't let anybody pass over.
Oh, yeah, they officially cut the line for Superman, so everybody who's in line for Superman, everybody who's not in line for Superman now is out of luck. And I don't blame them at the rate they're running trains. Oh shoot, it is 6 o'clock already. Wow. That time went by fast. Wow. It took me that long to walk over here. It's already past 6. So that's it. Everybody who is in line for a ride is going to get to ride, and then once those coaster trains are empty, that is it. So guess I need to try to find Jen and then head out. So I guess it's probably in my best interest to call it a night on the stream. So everybody who's watching, thanks a lot. I really appreciate it. Glad we got to get some final looks at some of the coasters. And let me do this. And that. Whoa, that's really bad. Sorry for that. There we go. See if I can get some of Joker's Jinx in the background. Okay, so I guess that's it for Six Flags America. I appreciate everybody who tuned in to catch the end of it. It was nice to see all the coasters. Nice to see what the turnout was for the crowd. I appreciate the turnout for the crowd. They really showed out in full force, especially the Ace people that came here to ride some coasters one last time. Had a really fun day. Hope you enjoyed getting that last look at the park. So thanks a lot for tuning in, and hope to catch you in our next vlog that comes out. So have a nice night, everybody.